Good evening, everyone. I'm Wendy. Hello. How are you all doing? Welcome to the Scottish Quilter. Thank you for joining me. Today is the fourth Sunday of Advent and the final candle lit before Christmas arrives on Thursday. So we've 5 days to go. In the fourth week of Advent, we discuss love, which really is the ultimate word, feeling, being, everything really that humans represent, don't they? For the first 4 weeks, we have talked about hope, peace, joy, and finally we talk about love. I'm not going to dip too much into religion. However, the Christian world celebrate Advent and the lead up to the birth of Jesus and Christmas Day and all that means in the Bible and what people believe in. Now, I understand that there are lots of different things that people believe in all across the world. However, each and every one of us in this world have had, may still to have hope. They may have had peace in their life, they may never have had peace in their life, but ultimately peace affects them. Joy, well, I would like to hope that everybody across this world has had joy in their life at some point, whether that be in infancy or adulthood or in later life. Hopefully everyone has experienced joy at some point. But then there's love. Now, how do you even start to break that down and talk about it? Well, tonight I was looking about what the fourth week of Advent meant, and it's about all of these things and the lead up of Christ coming on the 25th, and the love that God has for all of humanity and mercy that he has on all of humanity. Now, whatever you believe in or don't believe in, but I'm not even going to, discuss that or comment on that really. Each is an individual, and it's been difficult not to bring religion into this all month because not everybody believes in it or people have different religious feelings. And I don't want to upset anybody. But if we just go back to love and about love of all of humanity and mercy on others, then we still have Christmas this week, and in 4 days' time, people all across this world are going to be celebrating Christ, celebrating Christmas in whatever way they do, with family, on their own, wherever they may be. They may not even be celebrating, but the majority of people will be celebrating. But I was thinking today about the people that are not celebrating, and those who are celebrating that are round about them. I hope this is all making sense. But I was thinking today about people that we know that may not be close to our family, but you know that they're going to be on their own. And I think we should all take time and look round about and think about those people and what they may be doing on Christmas Eve, on Christmas Day, on Boxing Day. And if you know that they're going to be alone, then extend an invite. Pick up your phone, send a message, speak to someone in the street, ask them what they're doing. And if you see even a flicker of sadness or a flicker of disappointment or a flicker of hurt or a flicker of trauma or anything like that, then think about inviting them to come and spend an hour. There's 24 hours on Christmas Day. Spend an hour with you, spend a couple hours with you. And as humans, we need to show love to everyone around us, because if we don't, there's not going to be peace, is there? There's not going to be hope, and there's not going to be joy. And if you can add a bit of joy into somebody's life on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, then I think you should do that. I think we should all do that. I really hope that makes sense. basically what I'm saying is, look, we've got 4 days. There's going to be people out there alone. So if you know of somebody who's going to be alone, extend them an invite and think about them as well as yourself. Christmas Day is a huge big thing in this house, and we celebrate it every year. In years gone past, I've always got really stressed out about things that need to be done, food that needs to be bought, presents that need to be brought, presents that need to be wrapped. And somewhere along this line, this year, I've just thought, it'll come. It'll all come together. I have not been in my sewing room the whole day. I have been wrapping presents. I did go shopping. Megan came down this morning early to help us with the dogs. Oh, and yeah, it's the shortest day, isn't it? So we were sitting this morning. I said, don't rush down. Come down for about 8 o'clock. And we were sitting waiting, lightness coming. I, incidentally, was awake half the time during the night, and eventually at 3:33, I gave up and come down the stairs because the pain in my leg was awful. I was watching what painkillers I took, because I did take a big painkiller before bed last night, but it had no effect whatsoever. Anyway, when I got up and I come downstairs 1 step at a time, 2 feet on each step. Anyway, hopefully that will return back to what it was previously. But I came downstairs and the mere walking about did help a wee bit. So I had a cup of tea, watched a bit of YouTube, and I actually thought about going through to my sewing room and trying to get this Christmas quilt finished. Anyway, I didn't. I ended up dozing off on the couch. I messaged Megan at 6:45 and said, don't rush down. She's about 20 minutes away. And I thought I'll just curl up on the couch and just try and doze for a wee while with a hot water bottle in my bag. I've always got a hot water bottle in my bag, because it does help. Anyway, we were sitting waiting in daylight coming. Neil was down, Megan was in, I was in, and we kept looking out the window, and it was a black dark. And at 8 o'clock, Neil said, it's still black dark. And I'm like, I know. And then at 12 minutes past 8, there was a flicker of daylight. Not sunlight, not bright sky, but a flicker of daylight. And we all got sorted and we went out, and I got the dogs and I took them away around the field, and Neil went to his cows and sheep. In fact, I took a video this morning of the field where I started off with lots of the dogs, but because Megan was there, some of them ran back to her for a breakfast. And I kind of keep an eye on them all at one time, although I do try. There are culprits. Dora, Bailey, Kira always run back in the morning. Even me, Fudgy, as excited as she was, she ran back after halfway round. The pups are really great. They stay with me, as do the labs. So I was walking around the field. It must have been about 25 past 8 by this point, and there was daylight. There wasn't really sunlight. I never saw a sun coming up. I don't even think the sun was probably up at that point. I think the daylight was just coming over the horizon. But then a wee while later, I did see a flicker between the clouds of a bit of brightness, and I thought, aha. But anyway, it's not lifted all day. There hasn't been any sunshine. It's been a bit smirry with rain, and the wind's been up a wee bit, but nothing really significant. I did hear a load of pouring rain mid-morning, I think. I've been wrapping presents. I need to go to the post office in the morning and get one away to Canada. Do you think it'll get there for Wednesday, for Christmas Eve? I'll let you know if it does. And another couple to post off in the morning too, so I need to get them sorted. I have got about 7 hampers to make, all different things. So Neil had been away working, away checking sheep and dozing lambs, this year's lambs. It's not 26 yet, this year's lambs. And he was away for a while during the day today. So Megan and I said to her while she was there that it would help do the lifting of the shopping, coming up down to the supermarket and get some shopping. So we did. So I got loads of drink, loads of juice, loads of Prosecco. We'll probably be left with loads of it. Some of them are for hampers, a bit of veg, loads of cheese, and all that kind of thing. And Guinness. I got Guinness. And a couple of bottles of nice wine for gifts. Anyway, £296 later. And I'm like, how does it all go? And then on Friday, I spent £230 and forgot my turnip. Anyway, today I bought 4 turnips. 1 to return, 1 for soup, 2 for Megan to go away to make her soup for Christmas Day. So, and then I was speaking to Anna later, and you get to the stage at Christmas where you think, do you know, just get it. Every other month of the year and every other week of the year, you think, do I really need that? Or is that a waste of money? But at this time, when the family's coming home, you cater for everybody. You have lots of different soft drinks for those that drink soft drinks. You get caffeine-free drinks, you get sugar-free drinks, you get full-fat drinks. So we've got it all. And then I was cleaning a shelf out and I was putting all these drinks away on a shelf, and I thought, there's a bottle of ginger ale. I wonder when that was opened. So I poured it down the sink and it fizzed up fine. But, you know, some things will be a year later. Not that that's been sitting a year, but there will be things. The Baileys was in the fridge sitting a year. So I did buy another bottle of Baileys. I've still got the opened one though. So we'll see if the Baileys lasts. And I also bought some Chambord because Steph might like that in a Prosecco. So I still probably need to go back again. In fact, I definitely need to go back again. And we, instead of taking the shopping list, I went into my pocket and I'd actually bought the list of presents that I'd put in the box for going to Canada. So I never had the shopping list with me. So I come home and remade a shopping list for all the things I forgot. So yeah, I do need to go back. But why is it we spend so much money? Why do we just, because we want to make it really special? Yeah, probably because that's me. I want to make it really special for everybody and try and think of everybody. And yeah, that's me. So that was my morning, and then I come back, and by that point I was a bit gubbed. So went to the couch with my hot water bottle, and Julie dozed off and fell asleep. Megan had done the dogs for me. I had cleaned out the 2 fridges, got everything away that I could get in the fridges, and Neil came in and she had done all the dogs, and then she nipped up home. She was going out for her dinner, and on a Sunday night Neil and I go for fish and chips down the harbour in the winter because there's lights on, you see the boats, and in the summer we sit down the shore. And I must have fallen asleep this afternoon when the sun went down. So although the brightness started at 12 minutes past 8, I think it was about 4 o'clock when it got dark. The further north in Scotland you go, they'll have less hours of daylight. The further south you go, they'll have more hours of daylight. I saw Stonehenge at 7:52 this morning and daylight coming in, everybody celebrating sunrise there. So the longest night is tonight, the shortest day is during the day today, and tomorrow, bit by bit, minute by minute, minutes, the days start to increase again. And I really like this day, and I really like, it's like hump day. It's like hump 6 months of the year, because after this it starts to get lighter and brighter again. Anyway, what else have I to tell you about? I need to tell you about a wee faux pas I have made. When I was cleaning the craft room on Friday, I was in drawers and I pulled out the linen, 3 nice colours of linen for the Garden Friends embroidery quilt kit, and I noticed a bit of mould in some of them, and I thought, oh boy, what do I do with that? So I separated the colours out and I threw all the cream ones into the washing machine this morning, and I put in stain remover and I put in 2 capsules. I washed them at 60 degrees. They had a good spin. I'm putting this towel down because this is how they come out. Now these, there's even more in there. These are 10-inch squares that have frayed and have now gone into a ball in the middle. Now how on earth, look, that looks like wings. That looks like something out of Harry Potter actually, doesn't it? Flying about. Anyway, I have got my trusty scissors, my good wee sharp scissors, and I'll try and get some of that sorted out and then sit them in the agate, and hopefully they'll be dry in the morning. The good thing is you cut them all down to 8.5 inches anyway, so yeah, they're a bit badly frayed. Anyway, as long as the marks are out, which they look as though they are, that's positive. I'll just sit here and get all that sorted out. So that's my next task when I come off of here. I have two other wee things to show you. One involves a lollipop, and one I've waited all day to show you, the Hollies Haberdashery Advent Calendar, and where we're up to number 21, day 21. If I set that here, now if I tilt this phone down, you can see it better. You might not can see me, but day 21, and I've noticed if you rip it down the side, it's much easier than ripping it from the top. It is very strong paper. Now I do think this is the same colour that Rachel got in hers today. So we are having the same colours sometimes. This is the Merry Little Christmas quilt collection. Yeah, but I don't think that was in the pack, the fat quarter pack I got. I quite like this colour. It's a sort of deep camel taupey colour. Lovely pink roses. Yeah, I like that one. That's really nice. And it will go in here, but it will also go in the fabric that I've got left from that, because I do have quite a wee bit left. It is odds and ends, but anyway, we can put that one in here. There is some ones that are not quite in the, what about there? It's kind of hard to work them all out. They all kind of go together, but, and then some of them are different. And I've got the stripy one, and I've got the, you can barely see that, look, blue stripes and orange polka dots. So I wonder what we'll make with this next year. We'll need to do something. So we have got 3 days left, and then the big day, and then that's us. Right, going back to Christmas, and I'm just telling you this today in case anybody likes playing games at Christmas time. So I saw, my mouth's dead dry and I've not got a nearby drink. I saw a game on Facebook, I think, and I never saved it or anything, but I do remember a bit. Now, if you've got a group of family or friends round on Christmas Day, a good game to play is give everyone a lollipop and a piece of soap, if you've got a piece of soap in the house. Or buy, I'm telling you this today so that you've got a couple of days to try and get this in if you've not got them. I'm going to make crackers, so I bought enough of these to put in crackers too, so everybody's got a cracker. As long as they don't eat their lollipop before they've got their Christmas dinner. Remember that as a child. Don't eat your sweeties before you eat your dinner. So they've not to eat their lollipops before they get their dinner. Anyway, if you get everybody round about, give everybody a lollipop and give everybody a piece of soap, or do them one at a time. Now the idea is you've got a piece of soap and you have to sniff the soap, and you've got a lollipop and you have to lick the lollipop, okay? So you've got one person saying soap, lick, lollipop, lick, soap, sniff, lollipop, lick. Now the more you do it, the more you'll put lick the soap and sniff the lollipop. And I don't know if you've seen it on Facebook or Instagram maybe. It's actually really funny. So if you can imagine a crowd of people doing this, and it's a dead easy, cheap game to play, full of fun, get them in. Lollipops can be any kind of lollipop. These ones just happen to be red hearts. Lollipops and wee pieces of soap, or get a couple of bars of cheap soap and dice them up into 4 or 8, or cut them and cut it, slice it down the middle and then cut it in short bits. So a good game to play. One other thing I was going to tell you about, oh yeah, I know what it was. So when I was also in the craft room the other day, I was bringing out, oh no, I've just got dye in that from the bottom of that box. Can you see it? Oh, on the saga continues. Yeah, I found some table runners, and well, they've been lying for a while, so I thought I'll just wash them. The other two are a way back through. One was Janet Clare blue fabric, and the other one was a William Morris fabric. So we made these years ago, and I've probably made about 8 of them. But one of them is a Christmas one, and I'm going to put the camera back and show you. So it's a spiral table runner. I'll need to find the pattern and let you know what the pattern's called. So this is Christmas fabric. It goes from light all the way around to dark, and it's been in the table, but because I've been wrapping up presents, I put it away. I've just put dark grey, it's not dark blue, it's not as dark as navy, grunge in the back. But you need 8 fat quarters for this. If anybody fancies doing this, you can do it with any material you like, but you need 4 light ones and 4 dark ones. And the dark ones go from very dark to medium, and the light ones go from sort of dark light to very light, and that way you get the contrast all the way around. You need a special, I think it's a 45-degree long ruler, but I'll show you the ruler and I'll show you the pattern if I can find the pattern. I can't show you the pattern information, but smile. Looks like a big bib. I can't show you the pattern information, but I might be able to find the pattern for you. So yeah, tomorrow is going to be another busy day, and because I had a wee doze this afternoon, I wonder if I will get through to morning in my bed. If the pain just wouldn't wake me up, I'd probably sleep. But anyway, so I am going to go and watch, no I'm not, I'm going to cut up these squares, take out the ones that are now covered in red ink or red dye from the bottom of this box, and put them back in the washing again. It's not even damp, the box. Obviously it just picks up everything. Anyway, I'm going to try and salvage them, and then I'm going to go and watch a couple of YouTube things that I like to watch on a Sunday night, and then bed, and see how long will last. It's now 25 to 10. Before I go, love, extending friendship, have mercy and humanity on others. It makes us all good people. And we're all on this earth once. We all arrive round about the same way. Well, there's only 2 ways really. The sunroofer normally. But we all arrive round about the same way. We all depart, and we all become dust eventually at the end. Dust or sludge, depends the way you look at it really. Anyway, nobody's better than others. Everybody's the same. Everybody is equal, and we need to show love and mercy to others. So if you're doing something on Christmas Day and you know of anyone that you want to extend a wish for, please invite them. Please make their day better, because I promise you this, if you give someone else joy, it will bring you much joy too. Okay, on that note, we might sew in stuff tomorrow, we might not. I might show you all the hampers that I get done. Yeah, I might do that, take a picture of them and show you, or do it randomly. Anyway, whatever happens, it's going to be a busy day. Okay, love you all, good night. Thank you for listening to me. Please thumbs up and subscribe if you can. Thank you very much. Love you, bye.